Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to go through the diagnosis and solution for repairing your Maytag Bravos, Whirlpool, or Kenmore washing machine if you're getting error codes of F51, F71, F72, F70, and SD. This is also a fix if your washing machine is stuck on the wash cycle and it just sits there draining but never moves on. It will also work if your washer is stuck on diagnostic code C8. Alright, so an easy way to determine if you have a bad drive hub is if you can spin the wash plate separate from the tub when there's no water in there. Then you have a stripped inner tub hub. It's easy to check just by trying to spin the agitator while holding the inner tub. If they won't turn together, then the inner hub is bad and needs to be replaced. As a further confirmation, you can run your washer on Diagnostics Mode to both read the codes and see what step it gets stuck on. I've got a video that walks you through that, so if you're interested, subscribe to the channel and look for the Maytag Self-Diagnostic Test video. Anyway, on step C8, only the agitator should move until all the water is out. Then the tub should move as well. If it gets stuck on step C8, and just keeps oscillating back and forth, draining the whole time even though there's no water in there, then this video will solve your problem. The tools and parts you'll need for this repair are a small flathead screwdriver, an 11mm socket, a Phillips screwdriver, and a new hub kit, which I'll put a link to below. The first step is to remove the agitator. To do that, pry up the plastic cap with a flathead screwdriver. The cap has a little notch for the tip to pry on. Then use an 11mm socket to remove the center bolt. Then pull off the agitator. Okay, so sometimes the agitator is stuck on and absolutely will not budge. If that's the case for you, you'll need a different tactic. Take some string, twine, or maybe a thin strap. Anyway, something that will fit under the agitator. I'm using a piece of blue baling twine. 2 pieces are best. Slide it under both sides of the agitator. You might need to wrap it around the axle once so they don't slip off. It just gives you a better purchase all around the edge. Then pull it off. Next, we'll remove the outer hub that is attached to the tub. Remove the 6 Phillips screws. Don't drop these, they're really hard to get out. So if you're worried about that, put a towel to cover the holes in the bottom of the tub. By the way, there's a trick to reinstalling this outer hub because sometimes it doesn't line up with the holes. I'll go through that when we get to that point. Then remove the outer hub. Alright, so now you can pull off the inner hub. This is what is stripped. So just to show you, this inner hub shouldn't be able to spin freely on the shaft like this. It shouldn't even be able to wiggle back and forth like this. It should be tight on the inner shaft like it is up here. Down here where it normally sits, there's way too much play. If your inner hub spins or even wiggles on the shaft, this is what's causing the errors. So this is a simple schematic of how your washing machine works. The agitator is attached to the shaft, which is attached to the blue drive hub in this picture. The basket hub, or outer hub, is attached to the basket, or tub. When the tub is down, that is, there's no water in your washing machine, everything spins together. The shaft, the inner and outer hub, the tub, as well as the agitator. Everything spins. But when you add water to the washing machine, the tub begins to float. This disengages the outer hub from the inner hub. In this condition, when the shaft spins, only the agitator spins, and the tub does not. This is what stirs your clothes and washes them. Once the water drains out of your washing machine, the outer hub will re-engage with the inner hub, and everything will spin together again. I want to mention a couple of notes before we put the new inner hub on. On my washer, the grooves at the bottom of the inner shaft are corroded and stripped, as well as the inner hub. And also, I want to mention that I was able to keep the washer running for another 2 weeks with the old inner hub while my parts were on order. I did this by putting a small spacer in here. It happened to be this thin nut that was just the right size to lift the inner hub enough to be able to grab the good part of the grooves on the inner shaft. Alright, so now let's install the replacement parts. This is the part number that you'll need. I'll put a link to this kit in the video description. It comes with a couple of different sizes of the outer hub, depending on your washer. The one we really need is this inner hub. So press the inner hub down onto the shaft. If it doesn't go down smoothly, you may need to clean out the grooves in the shaft. Scrape out the grime and corrosion. Slide the inner hub onto the shaft. Make sure it goes all the way down. Then put the outer hub on. Alright, so here's the trick. If the holes don't line up, this is a common problem. Don't force it. Remove the inner and outer hubs, and then rotate the inner hub 1 tooth over on the shaft. Then slide it back down. Now the holes will line up on the outer hub. Reinstall the 6 Phillips screws, and make sure they're nice and snug. Then slide the agitator back on and reinstall the 11mm bolt and snug it up. Then press the cap back on until it snaps. And that's it. Now run the washer and verify that it makes it past the wash cycle. Alternatively, run it in Diagnostics Mode and verify that it makes it all the way through the process and finishes. Alright, that's it. I hope this video enables you to fix your washing machine. If it does, please give it a thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Until next time, all the best.